Hey guys, I hope you're having a good day today. So I guess I'm having a better day today. I can say that. It's not a great day. It's not a good day. I buried my mom yesterday. It was hard. It was hard. So you guys are getting videos, a week later. I was just thinking about, I'm like, where am I at in my video, posting schedule? And yesterday's video would have been last week, the day that we actually left. So we left that day. I planned on like packing, and I thought, oh, I'll get a cleaning video in and then I can take off a few days. I really didn't anticipate my mom passing like she has. And so and then it just was real quick, and I got a phone call, and things changed. And so I thought, God just said, you can go, you need to go. And I thought, here I had been up since 2 o'clock that morning, and it was like 1 in the afternoon, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm not even ready. We're still in laundry. Like, how are we gonna do that? How am I gonna do this? Because I am tired by 9 o'clock at night. So we were waiting for the laundry. It takes a long time because there was 3 girls that planned on doing their laundry all day because I told them we weren't gonna leave until the morning. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a breather. They're gonna throw their laundry in. We didn't get all of them washed. I said, put together what you need, the necessities, throw that in. If it's wet, we'll take it wet. And so I laid on my couch, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, God, I need a rest. I need a quick rest in a short amount of time. So I laid down, I closed my eyes, and I probably didn't lay there for more than 15 minutes, but I felt like I had slept for hours. And so we did that. I did that, and then we got up and we packed the car. Kids had wet clothes. We got everything packed. I had to laugh because we were shoving stuff in. I anticipate that I have more room than I actually have, and we took a lot of food. Note to self, do not bring food. Do not bring food. Do not bring food beyond the car ride, because there's always plenty. There's always plenty. I was just like, oh, I'll bring food, then I don't have to get anything, share, blah. No, there's so much food. Anyways, so as we were packing, I was like, everything was so full. My suitcase was overflowed, and I'm like, you know what? Take out my pillow. I'll have a pillow there, and there's pillows here. And then I said, and my winter jacket was in there, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need a winter jacket. It can't be that cold. So took that out, got everything in there. We packed up. We left that day. We normally drive through Tennessee, twisty, turny, kids get sick, and I was like, it's gonna be fine, a little bit more traffic, and the GPS took us the other way through Virginia, and I was like, where are we going? And I'm like, you know what? Trust the GPS. And we did, and it was a beautiful drive, a beautiful, peaceful drive. We drove, I don't know, I think it took us 15 hours to drive. Drove through, it was like right through the Cumberland Gap. So I was like, I've never been this way. We went that way to go to Virginia, but I'd never driven up to Michigan through there. And it was like, it would be like, I feel like it's the Route 66 of the South. So it was the backwoods way through the Cumberland Gap. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scenic drive. Very peaceful. No cars. We drove and drove and drove. We stopped at, we saw the Buc-ee's big giant gas station a few times and realized people like to go there. We've never gone there. It was like 9 o'clock at night. We stopped in there, and that was like our little like woohoo break for the night, and got slushies and had a good time. Kids had bought some, Buc-ee gear and stuff like that. And it's a thing down here. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but I think everybody I see has a Buc-ee shirt or a Buc-ee's hat or something. But anyways, it's a supersized Walmart gas station that has everything you can imagine. So if you see a Buc-ee's, stop there. So we did that, and then we just drove. We did so good driving. Got here, we were driving, it went from, I think we left our house, it was like 50, the kids were in shorts, it was warmer than expected. I knew it was gonna get cold, but we drove, and as we were driving, the temperature just dropped to like 4 degrees by the time I got here, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's so cold. So I laughed because I'm like, this is the time I don't have my coat. But it was chill. It was a little bit chilly, but it was okay. So we got here, we got in about 5, I think we got here about 5 in the morning, and we went right to the hospital. My mom was put on hospice in the hospital. Originally, she was going to be moved to a hospice home. And I guess I don't really know what I've shared with you. She was diagnosed. Let me backtrack. This is going to be like a one-take video. I don't want to have to do much editing today, so bear with me. She was diagnosed with cancer a couple weeks ago, real quick, liver cancer, and not really sure what was wrong. She was in the hospital for a few days, then they sent her home. she just kind of slept through those days. She didn't really do she wasn't even awake. Every time I called her, she was sleeping. And so she was home for a few days, and then she was rushed back to the hospital earlier of last week with an infection in her blood. It was blood poisoning. They weren't sure if it was infection from the cancer or an infection from another kind of infection. And so after further review, I think that Thursday I filmed, or maybe Wednesday, whatever the day was, I filmed about, I had a conference call with the doctors, and he said the numbers were, you know, just through the roof from the last week to this week, and that there wasn't going to be anything he could do. And you know, just to make her comfortable, and she was very coherent. She knew what was happening and stuff. And so she was at peace with it. She was at peace. And so then she kind of was like, it kind of just went up and down how hurt she was. And so they decided to not move her and just keep her at the hospital. I guess she was on the pulmonary floor. And so, because I got there and I'm like, this room is not a hospice room. It's bright lights and not very comfy. And I realized that it was the heart floor. But when you go into hospice, they just leave you in that room because they realize it's more detrimental to move you than anything. So she was there. So we got there, and she was very coherent, very clear, very weak. Like she definitely had, you know, gotten very weak over the last few months, but very coherent and very much normal talking, very clear talking. And so the last few months talking to her on the phone, there was a few things I was just confused by, and I thought, well, maybe she's just getting older and, you know, things aren't making sense. So I just kept talking to her and just, okay, sounds good, you know, but very clear, all the kids. The day before, all her family had come to see her at the hospital. She got to meet her great grandbaby for the first time, because she had been sick when the baby was born, my grandson, and new grandson. And so she didn't see him. She was just tired a lot, just didn't get the chance to see him. So she wanted to see her great grandbaby. She wanted to see her grandkids. And so the day before, she got to hold him and see everybody from her family and customers. My mom did hair, and, you know, family, and she has 5 brothers and sisters, so lots of cousins, lots of family that came to see her, which was so good. When we got there, she, you know, saw the kids, and because I was like, you know, I talked to my daughter who was here, and I just said, just tell Grandma I'm on my way, and she just said that she kept telling the nurse, you know, my daughter's coming, I'm gonna wait till she's here. And so because her grandkids were going to be there, and so she got to see everybody. She got to talk to all the kids, you know, share what she wanted to share with them, and, you know, hug them. And they and then when we were done, we probably stayed for me about an hour. She's tired, and so I said, okay. So I took them to where we're staying, and I just got ready, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go back. So they slept because it was a long day, and then I went back, and it was about an hour and a half later, and she was real downhill and very weak. And so I you know, she said her heart was full. It was so full. She kept saying that. She says, I am good. I got to do what I wanted to do. And so I shared with her. I kept saying Moses, and I think maybe I said that with you, Moses, but Jacob in the Bible called all his family together and got to say his goodbyes, got to do blessings, whatever he wanted to say, and then he went to sleep. And I kept telling her, I said, that's what you're doing, Mom. That's what you got to do, is you got to say your goodbyes. You got to be at peace with everything, and then you can go. So it was I wasn't sure what I was going to share today, but I feel like I'm going to just go into the story. So I'm going to go into the story. So we were there all day with her at the hospital. She would go in spurts, just like where she would come back and she'd talk a whole lot. And the nurses were like, they explained there's like a stage of dying. You know, there's different stages, which, you know, mostly you reminisce. Then sometimes your body goes into like convulsions and just different stages. And so she was reminiscing. I said, well, I don't think she's reminiscing. Grandma likes to talk, and she talks all the time. So this is Grandma. So, but she just shared, you know, lots of things, lots of talking, lots of times, you know. And sometimes I'd stop her and I said, okay, Mom, you need to rest now, you know. And she'd fall asleep, and multiple times she would, you know, talk about seeing a light multiple times. And I said, that's Jesus, Mom. You know, I said, that's Jesus. And she says, yes, I know. And then a couple times she'd say it was warm. I said, is it hot, Mom? I said, you don't like hot. And my mom didn't like hot. And she says, no, this is a nice warm. And she said, it's nice here. And then she'd kind of come back, you know, and And then she'd say, she's like, I don't know why I can't stay there. She goes, I want to go there, you know, and she goes, I want to be there. And that's hard, but I understand, you know. So we just sat with her, we did what we could do, and, you know, was there with her the entire time, which was beautiful. And then she, you know, we talked, shared a few things. I feel like she got to say everything she wanted to say. We were able to know what her, you know, what she wanted for her funeral, what she wanted people to have, and a bunch of things, a bunch of very specifics, which was so good. And so she later that day, I think about 4:30, it was a hard day because it's hard, you know, it's hard for my dad and my brother and, you know, and kids and stuff. And so I told him, I said, Dad, you need to tell her it's okay for her to go, because, you know, he's married. They just had their 50th anniversary, 51st anniversary on Sunday, the day before that week. And so yeah, I feel bad, I'm totally making a guess here, but I feel like it was 50. And so he, you know, she was the homemaker and did everything, and he went to work. Not just went to work, but he went to work, so she took care of everything. So I know it's going to be, you know, hard, and I think she really, you know, because she likes to do, and she likes to help, and she likes to give, and she likes to make sure everybody's good. And so I said, Dad, I said, you need to tell her it's okay to go. I said, because she's holding on for you. I said, that's what she's doing. And so, you know, they got to spend time together and quiet time, and just, good. It was good. It was good. Good things. And then we came back in the room, and she just had tears in her eyes, and I said, Mom, when you're ready, I said, we will, because she was in pain. I guess, I don't know, talking to people, liver cancer is extremely painful, and she would retch out in pain a few times. And, you know, that's not the point of hospice. It's to make her feel comfortable, and to, you know, we knew she wasn't going to be able to be here, function it, or any type of good, because it was so spreading through her body so quickly. And so I said, when you're ready, Mom, I said, I will make that call to, you know, up your morphine when you're ready. And she looked at me, and she had tears, because she never liked to admit that she wasn't feeling well or was in pain. And so she just, you know, gave me the nod that, yeah. So we did. And then we held her, and she just went into like a deep sleep, sounded like she was snoring, Grandma didn't snore often, but when she did, you knew Grandma snored. But I sounded like snoring, but I believe it was the fluid that, you know, collected in the lungs there. And so that was, I don't know, about 4:30 that day on Saturday. And she stayed that way through the night until the early morning. And then I sat with her all night, and I just looked at her. She hadn't moved a muscle. She didn't make a sound. It was just her heart beating, and she was breathing, and that was it. No movement. I held her hand, and it wasn't there. Touched her face, and it just didn't feel like she was, you know, it was warm, but it was still a little cool. And so just not any life in there. You know, I even was talking to God, and I said, I understand when you die, your soul leaves and, you know, goes. I said, does that leave before, and your body's just left functioning, or, you know what I mean, like heart pumping? Like when do you go? Because I'm like, I know she's not here. Because she's not anything there, you know. So about 3, I felt, and it was off and on sleep all night. I kept checking her heart rate and stuff. And about 3, I felt the Lord say to get up and get some coffee. They had coffee in the room, and go wash my face. And I'm like, okay, it's a little early, but I'll do that, you know. And I got up, got some coffee, washed my face. I turned around to come back from the bathroom, and I looked at her, and she'd taken her last breath. So, yeah, she always said she didn't want people around when she died. She wanted people to visit her and see her, but when she passed, she wanted to not have anybody be there. And so it's like she almost waited for that moment and then left. So, yeah, it was hard. It was a hard day. So thankful, you know, they dealt with a lot of the emotions while I wasn't there. So where I at home got chances to grieve and deal with things, but they were just emotionally spent, the ones here. And so I was able to be there and just be able to handle that, and, you know, watch them take her body. And, you know, it's hard. It's hard. I'm filming this today. The video you saw yesterday was from a week ago. So I've filmed ahead. I've, you know, done all that. So everything's behind. I've had a lot of time. Even today I was like, I have to film something because I didn't have anything for Friday. So I've had a week to not do anything or think about anything. And we've just, been busy getting the funeral arrangements, and funeral homes are amazing. Amazing. I used to think, and it's wrong to think, but I used to think, oh gosh, funerals are so expensive and it's so terrible. But I'm like, you know what? At that time, it's like they do a beautiful job, and just so make sure everything is good. You don't have to think. You literally don't even have to think, because we were not thinking. We just knew what we wanted to do. We told her what we wanted, and they just handled everything. Like there is nothing you really have to do. So it was very good job that they did, and very wonderful, very personalized, and we did what we had to do. So it was just the last week here has been, she passed away on the 5th on a Sunday, and every day we had something to do. Every day we had to go pick up flowers, had to go pick out my parents' burial plots, and my kids, some brought clothes, but it was more like just grab, because I don't know what we're doing, or we're gonna have a funeral or what. And so I had two that had outfits that were okay, but I was like, let's go shopping and get clothes, because the boys were gonna be pallbearers. And I was so thankful. Went to the store and found suits for everybody, and dresses and everything. So everybody had a nice outfit, which was nice. And that was how our week went. It was like just busy getting things done and preparing for everything. And it was beautiful. It was good. Sorry, battery died. Not prepared. I'm out of my zone here right now, but it was good. We had one day showing, which she wanted, and it was a busy day. I thought it'd be a hard day that day. I mean, every day's you have to do something, but it was filled with a lot of people, which was nice to see people and come pay their, last respects or condolences, all those things. And it was good seeing people I haven't seen since I was a child, like a lot of people. And I was like, they're like, do you remember me? And I was like, I know the face, but the name, and so it was good to see a lot of people. Very comforting to be surrounded by friends and family, and it was good. So Thursday was a long day. We got home late, and then yesterday was her funeral and burial, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful, all of it. The service at the church and the burial itself was beautiful. It was a beautiful. It was beautiful. So we hard on everybody, and like I've cried so much, and I'm like, okay, I don't even think I have any more tears left. So I'm like, it'd be good today to film a video so I can not think much more for the weekend. But we afterwards we had gone to some family friend's house and just spent the evening, and it was my birthday the day we buried her, which my dad said, we can change it, and I said no, because it was going to rain the day before. And I'm like, that's okay, that's okay to do that. So it wasn't a very good birthday to start out, but being able to honor my mom and being able to bury her my birthday, that was good. And then that night we had gone to our friend's house, and we had a celebration. So it was celebration with everybody, got to have a good time and just fellowship, and I got to sit and hold my grandbaby for hours, and that was, babies are comfort of life. And so it was just so good, because I got to meet him for the first time this week. So it was hard, because we have so much going on, and I just wanted to see him and trying to do things, but God has a way of working all of that out, and he does. And so we were able to see him and meet him before, and during, got to see him and stuff, and then got to sit yesterday and just hold him the whole time. And it was just precious little babies. They're so cute and tiny, and love. It was like they're like, do you mind? I'm like, what? I mind? Are you kidding? Like, this is like therapy. This is like, it's like life. Just new life is just precious. So we stayed for a long time. I think we got back here at 1 last night, and I was like driving home, talking to the kids, and they were just sharing how much fun they had, and just how much they love having family, and just that they love it. It's just nice to have that bond of family and love, and just comfort, and it's a good thing. And so they were sharing, and they said that well, I can't believe, like, today we buried grandma. They're like, we can't believe we buried grandma. It started out so not so good, but we ended it with like happy celebration, and just it's like my heart was good. I think of my mom, she said my heart was full, and I thought yesterday my heart was full. By the end of the day, it was broken and hard during the day, so hard, but by the end I'm like, my heart is full. you know, I've got my family, I've got my kids, and just my grandbabies, and so that's present day. This is where we're at. So today is Friday for you. I'm actually filming this on a different day, but I'm here, and I just want to, it was supposed to be a food vlog, and I thought, well, maybe I'll film food. Now, we've had so much food, so much food. There's been so much food, and people brought food, and just, you know, people are wonderful. Everybody's wonderful. So I haven't had to think about anything. I haven't even touched my freezer meals. I'm like, okay, I might be bringing those back home. So it's good. So we're going to take the rest of the time that we are here and do some fun things with the kids, because this week has been a hard week for them too, just not doing a whole lot. So we've started yesterday having fun. I know today we're going to go do some laser tag and have some fun with that, and tomorrow we're going to go to Chinese. My dad said he wanted to go out for my birthday, so we're going to go to, Grandma loved Chinese. I said I love Chinese, and so we're going to go to Chinese with everybody and spend the time together. And then I want to make sure I help a few things with my dad get situated that I've been helping with him all week. There's a few more things I wanted to do to kind of get him set before, you know, we head back to North Carolina. So it'd be hard to go back home, but I know life, you know, so I will film next week. I'll film the fun little things we do, and just, it'll be different videos, and just but real life of that. But now by the time you're watching this, we are already back home, and you know, life is a little bit more normal, but it's just a little bit more grieving of the loss. So, okay, I don't know. Raw vlog, just talking. Maybe I'll share more another day. I didn't really know what I wanted to share today, but I feel like I needed to say what I need to say. So thank you for I think some of you caught wind. You know, I know the internet. I'm not hidden on the internet, and you can find what you want, and people do. I was like, somebody must be sitting there waiting for my name to pop up somewhere. I'm like, how do they know my mom passed? I'm like, just crazy. I just watch herself. That's why I'm cautious, because people know. I'm like, how would they even know she passed? But yeah, someone all day long, that's their job, is to sit and just look up information, wait for stuff to come through. Crazy. Watch yourself on the internet, people. But I'm thankful for your well wishes, and thankful for your prayers, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Kids and I are gonna get there. And it's tough week, but it's been a healing week, and it's been peaceful. If I had to pass and I had to choose a way for my parents to die, that would be the way for them to go. That would be the way for them to go, because we don't wonder, we don't lack, we don't question, we don't any of that. We just trust God, and we understand that. We understand that wholly. So, all right, so no food vlog today, just update on life. I will be back. I'm not going to do a video tomorrow either, so if you come back for Abundantly Blessed, I had filmed ahead, if you noticed, and it was beautiful, because today I woke up, which it's a week ago, and Psalm 23 was one of my mom's. She wanted that psalm read, and my Abundantly Blessed was Psalm 23. So because I thought, well, maybe I'll say that. I looked and I thought, I did that last week, you know, so I will be behind a little bit, and that's okay, just because I feel like I have things to do here, so I won't film a Bible one. But when I get back to North Carolina and settle back into life, I will film that one. So I apologize for tomorrow. Go back and read Psalm 23. That's a good one to read. So, all right, have a beautiful day, and I will see you on Monday with some fun that we do. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for everything. If you asked me a question and I did not answer you, ask me that next week, because I haven't responded to anything. I think I've just deleted all the comments, so I deleted on my end, so I don't see them. So I apologize already. I haven't been on there to comment or answer or anything. So if you have a question, I didn't ignore you purposely. I was just busy taking care of what I had to take care of here. So ask again and I'll answer you. So, all right, we'll see you again Monday. Bye.